good? What's good?
What's going on with you, bro?
Already, man. Welcome to the Uncommon Report, episode 23 with my dear brother, Mr. Chris Gallop. What's happening? How you doing, man?
I'm doing blessed. Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you for always
Absolute.
keeping me abreast of what you got going on and making me a part of everything that you're doing. It's been beautiful. I
Yes.
appreciate you.
Oh man, it's always been love, you know what I'm saying? Ever since we connected. Shouts out to Manny. That was the one who made the connect.
This is true.
Little bro
Yes,
introduced me to
sir.
big bro.
Yes, sir. This is very true.
Now big bros got in the culture, so I'm loving it, man. I'm
Yes,
loving
sir.
it, man. So how you been, bro?
I've been doing good, man. Definitely taking time to reconnect with my family. I'm on the road a lot for work, so trying to balance my dream and work and my family all at once. It's been an adventure, I say.
10-4. Okay, let's dive off into this venture though. Um,
Hmm.
had a few EPs,
Yes,
dropped the
sir.
album, you know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give the listeners something to listen to. As we transition in this journey, all right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Already. Y'all check this out.
My time. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Chris,
Gallop.
Gallop,
boy. This ain't that same old shuck and jive, slave rendition, gold mine, enterprise mine. All you got to do is pay attention. This food for thought, Kool-Aid, the shift dimension, egotism to submission. Used to sit back, listen to my favorite rapper spitting into every chapter, trying to tap in frequencies that he had mastered. Of course, you know I feel like the bearer of bad news. Don't wanna be it, but it's greedy. So what have you? Question: how many blessings will you miss before you learn your lesson? Lessen your suffering. Is it still they got we trusting in? Tales from the crypt, a forgotten soul trapped in the abyss. Rock wildin' on the avenue, dog locked inside the kennel, service offered in that fentanyl. Systemic cynical criminals, profit with a vivid view, trying to find balance like oxtails and some lentil. Fuck a sale, rather burn in hell. Ain't no snitching, take a L. YTs, fitted capture rolls with Reese, 106 AJ and free. Kid Capri, the basement where I learned to be authentic me. Oh, yeah. Authentically me. Even the sun goes down, heroes eventually die. Horoscopes often lie, and sometimes why? Nothing is for certain, nothing lasts forever until they close the curtain. Dreams never fade. Reject like Arthur Fleck, go crazy till I get respect. Or a platform where I can snap on, put caps on to wax on Sierra, Castera, and laugh long. Exuding bright and light is still red or blue pill. Molly Percocet, do what you feel, just keep it real. Remember still, don't forget to pray. Oh yeah. My mind shift transcends, threaten him who pretend to be friends. Actions far from genuine. I comprehend his fear within, and in the end, sin all depends on what you've been indoctrinated in. Faith it till you make it. That's the hardest thing since Andre Ben. Alien can blend right on in with your kin. Look again, so I spot them frequently more now than then. We not the same. King in my veins, supreme, melanated, humane. Even the sun goes down, heroes eventually die. Horoscopes.
Hey, look, we ain't gonna give them too much, you know what I'm saying? Just enough, just a little teaser. Yeah, bro. Hey, I rode on that work. I rode the work on that song today, man. I was like, yo,
Man, grateful, brother. For real.
dropping bars, knowledge, wisdom in the same sentence. I was like, yo, I said, bro, right. Gotta give you that second chance to get your blessing, but it's up to you if you paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
For real,
indeed. Yes,
for
it
real.
is.
So let's draw back from that current state of
Mhm.
that project. Let's dive off into the journey. Let's
Okay.
dive off into the journey. So what was it that actually inspired you, to pursue pursue this career, this path, this place of artistic work that you
Mhm.
have cultivated?
So I want to say early on, when I was younger, I used to write a lot of poetry, spoken word, and journal a lot. Just get feelings and thoughts and emotions out. It was a great way to convey, what I was feeling inside as a teen and growing up. Um, I think that over time, it became more of an art form in regards to over music.
Okay.
That was something that was really big once I reached middle school with a set few of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
One man in particular, shout out to him. John Black is his stage name now. But
Shout
Jonathan
out to
Snow.
John and
Um,
Jonathan.
Yes, indeed. And that was one of the first people that really was just like, you can, transition your words onto a beat. And I never really thought about it like that. I always was a big fan of hip hop or,
Mm-hmm.
R&B, jazz and any type of music, gospel and heavy metal, all types of stuff. But that's really what happened. He was the main person to really give me that avenue to put me on a beat. He was the first person to really put me on a beat. And after that, we had a group all through middle school, even through high school, and I ended up doing certain things with certain people outside of him, But it
Okay.
was more of that was the person who really put that on the map for me and
Okay.
gave me that avenue. But
So
yeah, that was the person who did that for me
okay.
and
So
encouraged that.
shout out to
Yeah,
both of them. You know what I'm saying? John
yeah.
and Jonathan. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
the John effect.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes,
You know,
indeed.
John always got some things started. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was in history or
This is true. This is very true. This is very true.
Right, right. So even up to the Christ movement and everything. But we're gonna get there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to take them too fast.
Yeah.
My next question for you is how would you describe your musical style and who are some of your biggest influences in the music realm?
It's a great question. Um, if I had to sum up the style that I have, it's very raw. Um, it's very let's say uh, how do I say it? Uh, Open book. I write only when I'm actually in that on that frequency in that mode to write. I don't rush things. I don't try to push anything. I
Hmm.
let it all come to me and it's filtered, and
True
then
indeed.
we go ahead and we write stuff down and make it happen that way. But I guess my style to me is one of one. I've never really tried to sound like other people. I definitely
Okay.
would say that through the years of being a student of hip hop and music in general, you're always going to have similarities and comparisons, and fathers of your style is what I like to call that. If I would have to say uh, fathers of my style, I would definitely always have to give credit to DMX. He was a big influence early on. I'll also say Andre. Outcasts in general.
10-4, 10-4.
Oh man, trying to think of who else. Talib, Kweli.
Okay.
Man, and if we're gonna keep it, we're gonna move to Southern type of thing. I say Young Dolph. Even like I said, Outkast is a big one, but Dolph and Nip is in there.
Yeah, yeah. Both of them
Um,
keep you inspired. Like if you on that road, like
right.
while you in your motion, you know what I'm saying? They gonna amp you up and push you to get to that next level.
It's
You know what I'm
true. It's
saying?
true. It's true.
For real,
And
for
kept
real.
and really kept me on the independent path. I
Okay.
think, for both of them, it was a big deal to be independent to me because I didn't want to be in a box. I never wanted my art to or my
Hmm.
music or even who I am, to be inside of a box or a
Right.
record label telling me what I could and what I couldn't do. It's
So
important.
how what I'm trying to word the question right in a sense. Like why do you feel that pull versus, going going the signing route, getting with a record label or a major record label and going that route? What was that pull? What was the initiation for that?
I actually seen a few people that was close to me, do sort of distribution deals
Okay.
or sign deals, and I mean they're good, but as I grew in the craft and understanding the music industry, I just understood after a while it was, you know, no different than what the streets give you. You know what I mean? You get a front, or you get a loan, you know what I mean? Like that's really what they're providing you with, and I always felt like to do that again would be sacrificing my image. It would be sacrificing my art, and I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it as authentic as possible um, for the people who really supported and support my movement and the things that I create with my artistry. That was important to me. I didn't want to be another like puppet or clone or or even uh, put forth a message in which it was damaging and destructive. That means a lot to me. With, when people listen to me, like what I'm saying, and what type of frequency or vibration that I'm giving off as well. I know it's always not possibly the most positive one, but I do try to have balance coexist in my music and even in my person. So
Look, when you say balance, I think there is a balance that is needed not only in music but in life general across the board. Because if something is teeter totting, then that means the angle is gonna be off, the perception gonna be off. You know what I'm saying? The depiction gonna be off, the focus gonna be off. You know what I'm saying? All of those things play a part. So when you are helping create a balance, you know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
Shedding positive light, but dealing with your darkness as
Right,
well. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Being
right.
self-aware of, your own incapabilities and your own faults as well. That brings a lot to the table. And whenever you're able to, settle down and say, I'm gonna do something with this. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That
right,
becomes
right.
your therapeutic means. You know what I'm
Oh, for
saying?
sure, for sure. Yes, sir.
Talk to him, man.
For
Talk to
sure.
him. Let him know the journey for real, for real.
Yeah.
How has
Yeah.
the music been therapeutic to you?
Oh man, I know you hear a lot of people say music saved their life, but it was one of the main factors in helping me uh, articulate how I felt, not just about myself or what I was going through as a teen and as an adult, but how I viewed myself and how I viewed the world in general. It's been very therapeutic. I know that a lot of I've connected with a lot of people over the years in many different places like Russia, Korea, even in the States, that I know I would have never had the privilege of, being a part of these people's lives and having their ears if it had not been for the music, and the things that I
Respect.
was saying and the type of vibrations that I was giving off. So yeah, man, that's the biggest thing for me. Like it when I first started, it never was about money, it never was about the fame or, even notoriety. It was always just about trying to connect with the like minds and really showing other people that you're not alone when you go through whatever you go through, whatever trial and tribulation you have. Like we all are in this
Right,
together. We all, have similarities that we go
right.
through, ups and downs, and that's the biggest thing for me. It wasn't never about money or fame or nothing like that. It was always about the love and who I inspired and who inspired me Um, yeah, that's the best feeling, and yeah, music has put me so many different places that I never thought I'd ever be, and connecting with so many different people that I only dreamed about, like literally dreamed about. So I mean, it's been amazing. I've done stuff with local people. I've done stuff with people that are in the industry, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been beautiful. Um, yeah.
Tenfold, tenfold. So, you guys, listen to him. You know what I'm saying? If you got that gift set, you got that unction within inside of you, you know what I'm saying? Your heart pumps the art, release it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna help you and help others. That's the whole motion. I think that's why music was really created, though. You know what I'm saying? To get music really supposed to be a like a healing station for people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Talking
sir.
about the essence of it all, because we all travel, different paths. We all travel different roads, whether it's you, whether it's
Hmm.
me, whether it's my wife, my child, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody else. We all have our own very own path that is destined for us. So
Right.
with that being said, it's like with the music, that's really what connects a lot of us though. Like I
Yes.
could play my son something, he'd be like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I could
Right.
play my wife something. She'd be like, I like that. So it
Yeah.
shows you, there's two different spectrums that's going on. Two different perceptions that's going on.
Hmm.
One is saying like, hey, I don't even like that. But the next person like, yo, I'm all over it. And
Right.
I think that's the beauty in it because it shows diversity,
Of course. Yes,
right?
sir.
And
Most definitely.
you being diverse as well. I can remember early on when we was having those conversations, on my journey, getting right and trying to create, the balance for my own life. I thought,
Hmm.
hey, yo, something wrong with me. But man, it was like, yo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You need to talk to big bro. I was like, all right, cool. So we chopped it up, you know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I ain't alone, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then when I
Right.
found, I knew you already do the music through
Hmm.
other organizations, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I was like, yo, what he's saying is not wrong.
Yes,
I ain't
sir.
saying it's totally right either,
Right. Of
but
course.
there
Right.
was there was there was a certain balance that you helped me to understand. And I think in life that we need that balance. We
Yes.
definitely need that balance, man.
Same.
Because without it, you're gonna go haywire. Either you're gonna be super anxiety all the way up on this side, or
Yes,
you're gonna be
sir.
super depressed all the way on this side. You know what I'm
It is
saying?
true.
And there is no balance in that. So I
Not at
appreciate
all.
those though. I appreciate those conversations though, man. For real,
Man,
for real.
likewise, bro. Likewise. At a point, for me in my journey, and just as a person, it was
Hmm.
always something of hearing, the creator and the voice in my head, like, I'm just a mirror. What you see, I see too. You know what I mean? What I see in you, I see in me. And that's what I try to really tell people. Like, at the end of the day, like I'm no different from anybody else. I just think that I was given a gift and I was given a certain message and a mission. And I understood it very early on in my life. And it's been difficult, trying to, I would say, minister to
Right,
people
right,
on a
right.
level where they would really understand. But it's been rewarding as well.
Hmm.
I've had people like yourself and many other people come to me and tell me, of conversations I had with them, and just certain things I may have invested in them, and that's powerful because not, like I said again, not only was it me investing in them, that they were investing in me as well. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it was definitely a balance and a give and take, and I'm thankful, very thankful for those conversations.
Absolute, man. Absolute. Moving along, though, you know what I'm saying? Take us through some of your songwriting process. Take
Hmm.
us through that journey. How do you create the balance of your lyrics with the beat? You know what I'm saying? How you engage with one and then marry, you know what I'm saying, the other
Yeah.
when it comes to the lyrics and the sound.
Hmm. So I would say a lot of what I do, I just write a lot. That's one thing that's been pretty crazy in that the formula of it. Most of the time it'll be to a beat,
Hmm.
or either the small percentage of time it's not to a beat at all.
Right. Okay.
Most of it's just me writing, and then it actually just goes to a beat that I pick, or I formulate it around the beat. But like I said, I never really tried to push anything or rush anything out of me. Everything that I write is coming from a past experience or experience I'm experiencing now. So,
Hmm.
everything is very fluid in the fact that, I'm not trying to, like I said, push something that's not really me, or
Right.
something I made up. Like, nah, I'd rather be out as authentic and as genuine as possible, because like I said, at the end of the day, the mission is to reach like minds and people,
Right.
that are going through similar situations, to give them inspiration to either continue on and not quit, or to gain some understanding and perspective, like I said, at the end of the day, that they're not alone. So
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of it is just me mainly putting on beats and really just listening to the beat, repetitively, and then coming up with
Right.
certain
Right.
lyrics towards it. Or like I said, just being in a mode of where I remember there's plenty of times where I didn't write for like maybe months, and even now, like it's been a few months where I haven't written anything. But at this point, I do have like at least 2 to 3 CDs of music ready just to be recorded. So I constantly write, but in a fashion where, it's only when the creator gives me that push to be like, all right, now it's
Right.
time to write. I don't have to force anything, or, push myself to, out of a writer's block. It's just like, all right,
Hmm.
well now, it's time to sit down and write. And when it comes and it flows, it just flows. Like, it's been times, like I said, where I've started writing a song or lyrics at like 5 in the afternoon, and I haven't stopped till 5 a.m. the next day, you know.
Right.
And I think that's I know that's like something very spiritual, and it's very
Right.
rewarding, because I don't have to push anything. It's not nothing
Well,
I'm
let's
doing.
let's talk about the spiritual aspect. You know what I'm saying? Not to dive away from the music,
Mhm.
but it seems as though the spiritual aspect is literally your guide or your leader in a sense. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
Feeling the inspiration to create. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Um, for you, how do you pick up on the ticker? You know what I'm saying? Because there's something that goes off. I'm like, you know what? I should write about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
something inside of you will be like, and it could be something as small as you seeing a child walk across the street, or you know what
Right.
I'm saying? You see a certain sign that just passed by you, or whatever.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, because the creator and God, he works in multiple facets. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? He's
it's
not
true.
designed to be placed in the box, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So thinking
Agreed.
outside of the box really helps artists in a sense.
Yes.
So tell us about that ticker that goes off inside of you and be like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And
Yeah.
then whenever it comes out, you like, yo.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's very special and magical, I would say, to um I've always I've always heard the voice within. And that's been something that's really been big for me. Whether it's from small choices to big choices, or choices within my career, or choices within my life. Um, I think that, but you have to be open in order to hear, and quiet yourself. And so I would say, a
He that
lot of
has
it
an ear,
is,
let him.
yes, sir. Yes,
Right, right.
because we're busy people. It's a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on. So it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to hear, that inner
Hmm.
voice, and hear the creator, and hear God speaking to you, and trying to, help you on the journey.
Right.
Um, But that's been the most special thing to me. Like I've heard it, so it's there's times where it's like now it's time to record. Like
Okay.
that verbatim. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like or sitting down and listening, like I said, listening to someone else's beat or listen to another song and actually be inspired by that, and then being able to go and to write, and a lot too. When I do have writer's block or I'm not really inspired, it's always been crazy for me because the people that are inspired by what I'm doing and haven't really heard anything from me recently, they'll always tap in and be like, man, what's going on musically? You know what I mean? Or even, what's going on with you in your life? Like it ain't just to the music, it's as me as a person too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
right there, man, that is so empowering, you know what I mean, and inspirational.
That's true supporters, though. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? They not looking. They not looking for only the music. They just chiming in like because you have it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
like a give and a take. Like you gave them so much in one point. It's like, yo, come on, come on. And then
Right.
whenever that drought comes, you know when the
Yeah.
drought comes, it's like, yo, nigga, where you at?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right,
sir.
right.
Yeah.
So is everything good with you?
Right. For real though.
Right,
And
right,
and
right.
and it's powerful, man. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
it
there's been
is.
times where I've ups and downs on the journey where you like, man, I don't know if I could do this no more. You know what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
or or what am I doing? You know what I mean? Or who is it really reaching? And is it really doing what I set out to do and accomplish? But man, it's been beautiful because every time I get to that point where it's just like I can't take it no more, or you know what I mean, like this really ain't for me, or I got blocked, man.
Mm-hmm.
Some beautiful soul, man. They will reach out to me and be like, I played your song, like I get, what I'm saying, like a screenshot of a song, or whatever the case may be, just inspiration, like playing the music in the background, just anything, man, and that's powerful, and I'm very thankful for that. So that's another part of the inspiration to go ahead and write. Because then, like I said, then it's like okay, I got to, and then I'm even more full. I'm
Right.
full at that point. You know what I mean? So it's
Look, the way you was just displaying the story, bro, it's like the same thing that you set out to do because you was work from within to
mhm,
do, right? And at those time periods where you feeling like I don't want to do, he
right.
always, you know what I'm saying, got
Yes.
right back into your path and
Yeah.
be like, you know what?
Hmm.
I gave you this for a reason.
It's
I
true.
gave you this for a purpose.
It's true.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true.
Like the way you
It's
drawing up the
true.
story, that's what I hear. It's like, hey, you've been slacking for a little minute. Hey, let's
Yep.
get back to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the thing is, when that kind of inspiration comes, sometimes we can be in the oblivious to not
Hmm.
knowing what we're doing for the next person. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And whenever we really need it, that's when it'll
Oh
come and
man.
horn right all the way in.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
And those are the things that keep us on our path and our journey, man.
It makes
You
it
you
even
can
more the worthwhile for sure. Yeah.
true
Yeah.
indeed, true indeed, because you know that what you're doing is not in vain.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not
Yes.
it's not in vain. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you kind of already answered the next question, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. Um, let's dive off into booking gigs and whatnot.
Hmm.
Let's take them up a little notch. How is it that you as an independent artist, how do you book a gig? Does somebody reach out to you, or is there an agency that say, "Hey, I know that you could fill that spot"? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you have a you have a few agencies that'll reach out. I would say depending, it's always on, depending on your budget. But yes, you do have those agencies that'll reach out. I even started to um as the journey persists with me as an artist and a musician. I am an independent artist and musician. I really had to figure out who to go to get what I wanted. You know what I mean? Versus just spending money here and spending money there. Um, so there's been a few people very inspirational in getting the gigs or putting me in position to reach other people to get gigs and shows. And I would say nothing trumps um, that word of mouth and hand to hand. I've gotten a lot of
Right.
gigs and a lot of shows via actually meeting people or going to different shows, or involving myself with different local talent. That's been big. And I have to shout out one person. His name is Hobie Rapport. Hobie Rapport is really a great person to have as an independent artist. He can get gigs. I've seen him do miraculous things, and even put me into a position to learn the industry. He has an academy that I have been very involved with for years, and man, he's literally like the one stop shop to everything. Again,
Mm-hmm.
I say his name is Hovey Record. So if anybody is really interested in pursuing your independent gig, and even he can get you at a table with a record label, no problem. But yeah, so I would say again, word of mouth that trumps everything. And as far as me really getting the gigs, it was always like again, I got to go back to the spiritual thing. Like I've always been, to me, in the right place at the right
The
time.
right time.
I can't even
Right.
explain it. So I don't even really know how to fully answer it, because what I mean, like I just
Look.
wanted something, and then it just kind of just like, not even to say it fell in my lap, because I did the work, but it was just, like you was in the right place and you met this
Right.
person, and then this person was a rapper or a promoter, and then he knew this person, and then it was just like, oh man, you cool people. Why don't you come to the gig over on whatever and this day? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, bless, thanks. Like,
I think that's the truest essence of manifestation, though. Not even, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even out here searching for it.
right.
It's just coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, sir.
So along your path of you doing what you're supposed to be doing, these
Hmm.
things happen to kind of like quote unquote fall in your lap. You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
Um, I think that's the essence though. When you know you got it like that, like
Hmm.
and and and, and the thing about it is, even that is a ticker to show you, like, you know what? I got you on this journey. Don't stop.
Right,
Don't quit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
It's true.
right.
It's true.
So all those things that work together for the good, man. For real, for real. And I've seen it time and time again. So I know what you're talking about. I'm cheesing from
Yeah.
ear to ear because I totally understand that, understand that,
Right. Right.
for real, for real. So with you booking the gigs, word of mouth is
Hmm.
your play role. And it can become your payroll for those. You,
True.
you know what
True.
I'm saying? If you play the role, it become your payroll. You feel me?
Agreed.
So, um, what do you enjoy about being an indie artist? What is the most valuable thing that you enjoy about being an indie artist?
Um, I would have to say, there's two things more importantly.
Okay.
I have to reiterate them, but it's two things for sure. Like just just keeping my message and who I am as an artist and an individual, um, keeping that as authentic and genuine as possible. I think that is the most rewarding thing about being independent for me. And outside of that, I would say, the connection with people. Um, that is also the biggest thing for me. And I know, with a record label, you could connect with more people on a broader scale and faster. But
Right.
what I've
Right.
noticed with independent is, like you said, you have those people that don't just care about your artwork or your music. They care about you as a person,
Mm-hmm.
and as an individual, your family, your mental space, or anything like that. Like these people really care, and they show that. They'll tell you, they'll show it to you, and that's what I've gained, as far as the most important things as an independent artist, and also learning that how to be independent and how to reap the benefits from your work. What you've done. I put in a lot of work. I still haven't reaped the sole benefits of everything just
Mm-hmm.
yet, but I do have an understanding that that is coming, and I don't, like I said again, I don't really worry about the monetary gain so much versus the connections and the inspiration that is given, and that I'm trying to give and that's given to me. So yeah,
Okay. All right. Hey, big shots out. You know what I'm saying?
appreciate it.
He'll make it all happen. You just gotta
It's
follow
true.
the path.
It's true. It's true. My nana said
Right.
something to me when I was actually in Iowa at the time, and
Okay.
I had got a buddy who called me about a show in Virginia where I grew up at.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
show,
remember. Okay.
yeah, the show consisted of, and I think I probably told you this once before, but it consisted of actually some people that was in Double XL at the time. Smoke Dizza was one of them. 88 Keys was another person. So it was a wild lineup. I mean, and I was like, man, I was amazed. I was like, yeah, I got to get to Virginia to do this show.
Right.
Um, and she told me something. It was hard getting there at the time. Music is music. Music, until you actually reach a certain point, you're doing it out of a labor out of love, so to speak.
Right.
But it was really, when she told me, she was like, in certain things that you're doing, she was like, you won't have to force it if it's from God. If it's meant to be, you won't have to force it. And I didn't really want to take that in when I was younger, because I was I'm a move the mountain
Because
type
we
of
got ambition, bro. You
you
know what
know
I'm
what I
saying? We got
mean?
ambition. We got drive. We like, we'll
Right.
make this happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. It was like, nah, I'm gonna move this mountain. I'm gonna do this, And I just remember that she telling me that, and fast forward, I was in California when I first, no, the second time I got to California, and it was just like
Okay.
I told you again, the manifestation. It was like a dream, bro. It was like everything that I ever wanted just fell into place. I remember I ended up going to a smoke shop out there, um, seeing this person called Blaze One.
Okay.
Blaze One had a shop, and I saw a flyer where he was rapping, and I was like, all right, cool. I got to meet this dude. Bought some merchandise at the shop and whatnot. Ended up calling a random studio. I cannot make this up. Looking on Google, calling a random studio. Man, when I get to the actual studio, it's Blaze's studio. So I ended up meeting him the second time I went to record, bro. Ended up
Right.
doing a show with this man and everything, and ended up shooting videos and all that. But it was just so surreal. Like I had to do nothing but go to the place, look it up, and I'm not lying at all. Like randomly just Googling studios and being like, "That's the one." And from that point on, I met Blaze and I met his whole production team, and it was love, man.
So with the evolution of it all, you know what I'm saying? From you, seeking the divine to help you be guided along this path, how do you feel that you've grown
Hmm.
as a as an artist over time though?
Good question. Great question. Um, hmm. I would definitely say, whereas I was younger,
Hmm.
it was a lot of emotion, unfiltered emotion, which is
Okay.
which is wonderful and it was beautiful. But I think that I was more misguided with some of the things that I would say. Uh, you know,
When you
and
say
not a
misguided, like who, not who, but how was you misguided?
um, you know, everything that I lived, I wanted to tell, I wanted to discuss, and I think that that's okay. But I think the way in which I said it, maybe wasn't the best way.
So
As
you
far
learn
as
wisdom behind that.
yeah,
Right.
I didn't, I
Okay.
didn't,
Okay.
I didn't want to mislead anybody to think that the choices that I made or the decisions that I made, and what I was rapping about was like I was glorifying certain things, you know. And I think that's where, for me, after a while, I wanted to, because I've always had a great connection with young males, and I didn't want someone to hear and be like, all right, he did this, he did that, and it's cool, I went through a lot, so it's not that it was cool, it was just something that I had experienced and I wanted to convey, to others, for inspiration. But I think that when I was younger, for sure, it was often misguided. You know what I mean? And said in a glorifying way, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not what
Mm-hmm.
I wanted. That's not what I wanted. But it happens, especially when you're younger. That happens. So I think wisdom would be
That
definitely a
wasn't the
thing that
legacy you
I
wanted to
learned.
leave behind.
Right? Yes,
Right.
sir.
Right.
Yes,
I
sir.
caught what you were
Yep.
saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So after, you know what I'm saying, we've traveled from how you create
Hmm.
in the creation process. We've traveled to, booking the gigs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So tell us something. What can the people expect from you new though?
Okay.
Like, what is some things that you got in the pot and you
Yeah.
stirring up? You know what I'm saying? Because my expression that I give to these, like you saying, like there's a certain legacy that I want to live behind, but I
Yes,
always
indeed.
use this as an analogy, right?
Hmm.
Food always tastes better out of the oven than it do the microwave.
Hmm. I like it. I like it. And it's the truth.
So you're right. So what is some type of leftovers
Hmm.
that you want to leave behind for the next generation? But when I say leftovers, I mean what is it that they can expect from you in a
Okay.
sense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you already served the plate, you already know it's you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So those are the leftovers. But you'll be continuously
Yes.
graduating. Keep going, man. We're in
Yeah.
graduation season. Let's grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
that's been that's been the biggest thing for me. Getting older was, I didn't just want to grow older
Mhm.
in my physical appearance or in age. I wanted to grow as a soul and as a being,
Right.
so I think that at this point, I always try to release something on my birthday, which is October 31st. That's
Okay.
always my one of my biggest to offerings that I give, just to be
Mhm.
consistent, independently, and doing everything on my own, So definitely there'll be something for October 31st, as it always is for the last several years. I will release. Um, I want to release a 3 to 5 album EP, something something slight, but something to give the people who've been asking for new music to have. And with this one, it'll be definitely about growth. A lot of growth. And a lot of honesty. I like I said, I'm constantly write, so it's something that I already have fashioned, ready to go. I just have to record it. But yeah, and do my due diligence to really be more strong with actually getting videos out and doing other things to
Mhm.
keep consistent, to not just musically, but to
Right.
to
Right.
to inspire people,
Ah,
as humans. I think that's what I know that's what I want to leave with the
okay.
legacy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you didn't just pay attention to what he said he wants to marry the content with
Hmm.
the music. You know what I'm saying? And the beautiful thing about that is to the artists that I've been, indulged with over this, I think about last 2 or 3 periods, right?
Hmm.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
For the most part, I've watched how the music was their pertinent part. And
Right,
then I
right.
said, like, okay, your music jumping, but what is it that's stopping you or halter or has
Mm-hmm.
a hindrance for you to get to, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
And the thing that I saw was the work. They weren't marrying the two together. They had the music,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
content came later.
Right,
And I've
right.
been stressing out to them, hey, I'm glad that you got the music.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Make sure you got the content.
It's
Don't put
right.
nothing out
Yes, sir.
until you got the content.
I'm glad that wisdom was bestowed because if I've learned anything, bro, is
Hmm.
that number one. That's why, again, it's like, all right, one release per year because for one, I didn't want to oversaturate. For two,
Hmm.
once I started to understand the industry, it was just like, all right, well, I'm not going to be paid for certain things. You know what I mean? So it's just like I didn't want my art to be stolen either. You know,
Right.
um, my ideas and whatnot. So I only wanted to give a certain amount. And like you said, the content was important. Music. Some songs are hot by themselves. You don't need nothing. You know what I mean? You don't need the video with them. But some other songs, you may need a video or you may
Oh,
need
indeed.
some other content to get the message across that you're trying to
Hmm.
convey. And as I grew as an artist, I understood that very well, more now than ever. So yeah, I never from moving on to the end of my time here. That is one thing I'm very passionate about. I want to, like you said, marry both. Make sure that I'm not music and videos, but just content in general. Health,
Right. Right.
spirituality, like anything, man, anything that encompass what my mission is about. I think that's important. So great advice, brother. Great advice.
10-4, bro. I don't think that's advice. I think that's something that you already, you know what I'm saying, encompass within yourself that you know that I got to change lanes
Yeah.
and give them, you know what I'm saying, this. You feel me?
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, man, it's been a pleasure, bro. I
Likewise.
got more questions, but the way you pronounced everything already, hey, what's done is done, and what's said is gonna be. You feel me?
I love it. I love it. Man, I
For
appreciate I
real.
appreciate you. Your platform. I remember when we was just chilling in the whip and we was talking about all these things, man.
Right.
So whether I'm home or anywhere on this planet, this globe, brother, you have my full support in what you're doing. I hope nothing but the best for you, man. I'm thankful for the avenues that you've created in the PD for voices, like minds, and just people, bro. Like it's the connections that you have made and put these artists and these musicians and these people who have whatever the creator and God has given in them a soul to connect with and to build. That's powerful, man. And I thank you for that, bro. I thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Look, y'all heard it first here on the Uncommon Report. This is what we're doing. This is what we will continue to do. We out. It's already
Peace.
said.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
matter of fact, hold on. Before we all the way out though,
Yes, sir.
tell them what dreams never fade mean. Please
Okay.
tell them. Please
Yeah.
tell them. Please tell
Yeah,
them
man. It's it's
because
it's
the
it's
logo is
special.
right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want people to know more about
Hmm.
what the brand entails.
Yes.
Dreams never fade.
Yeah. So, it's crazy because make a long story short, my sister Kaja, she wrote this on a piece of paper. I remember when I was about 16, I want to say. And
Hmm.
she wrote Dreams Never Fade. And that always stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Stuck with me for a long time. And it was just like that was a part of the mission, to let everybody know who ever had a dream, ever had a vision, if it did not manifest when you felt it should have, or how you felt it should have, it didn't die. You know what I mean? It's forever. And for you to continue on that journey and see it through. Do what you have to do. Embrace the journey, the ups and the downs, and yeah, make that thing possible because dreams never fade. They never fade. Yeah.
They never fade. Never. The conversation we having with you right now was a dream.
Yeah, truly, bro. Truly.
We talked about these things
Yes, we
while
did.
we just chilling in motion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And now, watch, look, manifest.
Beautiful.
Go ahead. Do it for yourself, people. Do
Got
it for
to.
yourself. Do it for yourself. The logo is right here. The dream that you have will never fade.
Yes, sir.
It's here for you.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Get it.
Be ambitious, but yet allow everything to come to you.
Yes. Yep.
Absolute.
Man, anybody
Dreams
who's
shall
looking
never
for
fade, man. For real. Talk to him.
anybody who's looking for any type of Christopher Gallop stuff, you just Google Christopher Gallop, and you will find my artwork.
What's your socials?
Oh, you got Facebook, you got Snap, man, you got what else am I on? SoundCloud, Apple Music, everything is Christopher Gallop. If you go to Christopher Gallop, you'll find me. Oh. And it's appreciated. You tap in, it's appreciated. It is.
Look, and if you're trying to elevate, you know what I'm saying, get in with him. Christopher Gallop right here live on the Uncommon Rapport podcast. This is episode 23. The Jordan here. You feel me? So let's get it. Hey, we out for the night, man.
Yes, indeed.
I love you.
Love you
Already.
too. Love y'all. Thanks for having me, bro.